Couldn't believe what I've been doing. Blood, sweat, and tears. Blood, sweat, and tears. It's worth it in the end, though. Sacrifice, hard work, planning. It's so hard to believe. Let me show y'all something. I gotta show y'all something. Let me turn here. Let me turn in this funeral home parking lot. Funeral home. Okay, so everything's a fractal. So somebody's probably going to the funeral home today. Watch this. Let me show you something. That is how the renter left it. Look at that. She was the renter from hell. Look at that. The renter from hell. Look at that. And then when she finally moved out by the court, she left this. Look at that. That's somebody loaded. There was so much trash on the street. I had to call the city as a special. Had to call the city for a special pickup, you know. I had to pay two guys down the street. I said, y'all want to make a day's pay in 2 hours? They said, yeah. So I went down there and it took 3 of us 2 hours to get all 50 bags of trash out of there. Blood, sweat, and tears. I haven't cut myself yet on this job. I call it a job because I look at it, you know, if you think of your car as yours or your house as yours or that church is yours, you got the wrong mindset. It's not yours. None of it is. It's all God's. Now, you own it all. You own the earth. You inherit the whole earth, but you're just to use it as you're using it as a steward. You're using it as a good steward. I gotta go to Walmart. I was gonna go home, but I gotta go to Walmart. You use it as a good steward. Same with your body, same with your tools, same with your mouth, same with your heart, same with your everything about you. That's not his house. That's not their house. None of this is. You're a steward of it. Stewardship. None of it's yours, really. If you can get that mindset, especially if you rent property or let's say you use your car for a business. That's not your car. That's not your truck. You have to, and if you can't comprehend that yet, that's your problem with life. When you realize this ain't my car, that ain't my house, even though I own it and according to the land, the law of the land, I'm a steward of it, especially if you're paying payments. You sure don't own it. You're definitely a steward. Look at this. I had a turn signal. If you can't get the basics right, this is the foundation that none of this is yours. Even though you own it all, you're joint heirs. But even the saints inherit the earth, but you're still supposed to be a good steward of the earth. Good steward of your children, good steward of your animals, good steward of your job, good steward. That's what this, and if you can't get that down, you're not even in grade 1, you're still in kindergarten. And the reason I'm upset about it, because I know most people are in kindergarten. If you can't, I know people who are saved and they get mad because somebody been a tool. It's not yours. Write it off on this is why you can write stuff off on your taxes. You have a deduction. I mean, God could tax 90% of through the government. You know, a lot of people say, well, you got a tithe. Well, your government tax, that is the tithe because the government helps the poor, you know, the elderly. And the tithe was for Israel. If you want to give extra and above, fine. If you want to give to a ministry, fine. She always gives to my website, and she's in need herself. It blows your mind how some people are just givers, you know. It blows your mind. I'm trying to give some people a place to live. Not only to create some income flow and some cash flow, but it's also to help people. Some people are appreciative and some people aren't. You would think that they would make it better after they left. I mean, as they're living there, especially if it's a good price, it would be better when they left than when they got there. But no, they tear it up. They don't care. But you don't get mad at them, so I went to the courthouse. And she's sitting there. I said, look, I'm not mad. I'm not trying to get any money. I just need you to get out so I can do the repairs, because it's bad. You didn't tell me. You hadn't been there in 6 years. I thought you were living there, and you've been using it for storage, and I didn't check on. It's really my fault for not implementing a 30-day inspection every 30 days. It's really my fault, to be honest with you. Maybe instead of 90 days, I was going to say 90 days, but maybe instead of 90 days, the first few months is every 30 days. It's a trip. You got to treat a rental just like these apartments over there. If you own these apartments, you got to treat these rentals, and you got to inspect them, and you got to treat them like they're like a hotel. You got to go in there and get it done, because there's going to be leaks, and there's going to be electrical problems, there's going to be plumbing, there's going to be problems, because anything that man makes is going to break down. And it's actually job security. If you really want a secure job, go into maintenance. I've always had a job. I've actually had 2 jobs most of my life. If you really want a secure, steady job, go into maintenance work. They always need somebody that can do plumbing, electrical, locks, whatever. If you can fix stuff, and you're not going to get rich. The only way you're going to get rich is invest on your own. Do the research. I'm coming here to get some shoes, because I go through shoes like crazy. And I come to the conclusion that China is sending us shoes that are not healthy for us. I don't know if they're putting radiation in it. I cut back my sugar, and a lot of it was sugar. A lot of it was eating too much sugar, and it's bad. Sugar's a poison. And I cut back sugar, and I bought a different kind of shoes, and they worked for a while, but then it started hurting my foot. Long story short, here's the deal. Most people think this is, if you run this, if you're the manager, you got to be a good steward. It's all about being a good steward. This whole thing's about being a good steward. That's all. Because it's really God's creation. And if you don't understand that, you're still in kindergarten. If you think this is yours, or that's yours, or that's yours, you are lying. You're gaslighting yourself.